So the U.S. men lose 2-1 to Germany yesterday. And do the alarm bells need to be going off going into the World Cup starting on Thursday and U.S. men playing on Friday? My answer is no, and let me explain. So the only reason you should be concerned is if you thought that the U.S. men were going to win the World Cup in the first place. Now, if that's the thinking that you had going into this game, yeah, then alarm bells should be going off for you, because obviously this game showed that they're not really that good enough to beat even a Germany team that hasn't had the quality that they've had since, let's say, the 2014 team. So if that was your thinking, then yes, you can, all the alarm bells, wee wee, but that is not and has never really been the case. The odds have been extremely low for the U.S. to make a run to win this whole thing. So I am not concerned, because I never thought they were going to get that far in the first place, but this game didn't show us anything that we didn't already know. Now, one thing that did bother me about this game wasn't the scoreline. It was actually the drop-off of talent that the U.S. had once they made the subs. The starting lineup, to me, outside of Chris Richards not being there, was excellent. I mean, you obviously have so much quality across the field. And when, they made their subs, took Christian off, took Weston McKennie off, took Serginho Dest off, basically everybody came off. The second team, for me, was just lacking. They didn't have the cutting edge to be able to do anything. They had some chances, but it didn't look the same. So for me, that's a bigger glaring issue, because you can't really keep the starters on all games, especially throughout the whole World Cup. So how are you going to get production from the bench? That's the biggest question to me. But Christian, I mean, these ratings aren't going to really make my case for me. But if you watch the game, you saw that the U.S. were dangerous going forward in the first half. Even though Germany had some of the better chances in the first half, the U.S. were asking questions, and they were definitely, especially in the counterattack, they were definitely doing some great things. So how will the group stage go? In my opinion, they're going to win a game, tie a game, and potentially tie another game. So that could be potentially 5 points, but they could easily lose a game, maybe to Turkey, or I don't think they're going to lose the opener to Paraguay. I think they'll at least get a draw from that one. There's a lot of talent on this team, especially going forward, and it looks like they're actually playing at a higher level, at least chemistry-wise, that we've seen in these friendlies from before in the last few years. So this is encouraging signs for me, and I do not think they're going to struggle in the group now when they come up against a heavier side like Germany, like a Belgium, like a Netherlands, or a France, or whoever they run into. I don't think they're going to be, the defense is going to be good enough to hold the other team off for our offense to then hopefully get a goal. Because yesterday we didn't even score an open play. We scored, well, technically it wasn't an open play, but it was a volley by Anthony Robinson. Was absolute worldly, one of the best volleys I've seen, full volleys I've seen ever. But at the end of the day, we want to see more goals in open play like we did against Senegal, and that's going to be the requirement against the bigger teams. But I do think we'll beat Paraguay on the opening night. It's just going to be so much energy in that stadium, and the players know how big that game is. Starting the group off with a win almost guarantees you to get out of the group. And then if we go and beat Paraguay, I think we'll definitely beat Australia. That's already 6 points. And then the Turkey game will be a formality, and just for whoever wins the group. So that's how I predict it. I do think the U.S. will actually win the first 2 games, in my humble opinion. I know many people think they're going to get grouped. I do not think they're going to get grouped. Way too much talent on this team. Chris Richards comes back. The way Serginho Dest is playing, Christian Pulisic's in form, Balogun's looking great, Weston McKennie is himself, Tyler Adams, all the guys, they're looking great. So I do think they're going to get out of this group. I'm saying 6 points, potentially even 7 if they can tie against Turkey, but it is what it is. So that is my prediction. There's no room for concern. This is actually one of the better sides for the U.S. men's team that I've watched in the recent years, results aside. So if they would have lost to Germany like 5-1, I would have said, okay, now we have some serious issues. But 2-1 is not bad. Yes, like I said, the German team's not the greatest one that we've seen, but still encouraging signs going forward. And I am ready for Friday night for this game. I will be in Atlanta at the Fan Fest watching it. It's going to be a great time. But I do think these guys are going to perform in this World Cup.